Ask Your Pharmacist is brought to you by Dragnet, your #1 online pharmacy, and the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, and proudly sponsored by Lita Pharmaceuticals, quality healthcare. With support from VitC-Fort, your best vitamin C plus zinc supplement from Samus Pharma. Hello everybody, you are welcome to another week of Ask Your Pharmacist. My name is Peggy Sanwa and you can find me on Instagram at FieryPeggy. Remember that this show is proudly brought to you by Dragnet, your #1 online pharmacy. Dragnet assures you of quality. Whatever you need, whatever prescription you need, download the app, put it on the app, a pharmacist will call you wherever you are. Baby, I will ship Piara. Dragnet will deliver to you. Dragnet, your #1 online pharmacy. This show is also brought to you by the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana. Amicus Humani Generis, pharmacists are indeed friends of the human race. This show is also brought to you by the Lady Pharmacists Association of Ghana, LAPAC, and the Young Pharmacist Group. This show, Ask Your Pharmacist, is proudly sponsored by Lita Pharmaceuticals. Litamin is a multivitamin and mineral supplement for total strength and vitality, promotes mental performance, and boosts the immune system. Into impatient, so why am I? Baby, I will make sure so we call pharmacist nature. We call pharmacy, I can a pharmacist, na catch a pharmacist, and say, we pay Litamin. Litamin, a boama, one thing. Foliron zinc is a folic acid ion supplement. It has folic acid, it has iron, and it has zinc. These three combinations are the best you need to stay strong, and it also reduces the risk of iron deficiency, supports immunity, and promotes health and wellness. Litamos is a single-dose dewormer for treating intestinal worm infection and to help control infections and increase nutritional uptake. So Litamin, Foliron Zinc, and Litamox are all available nationwide. And for bulk purchases, please contact Lita Pharmaceuticals on 030-222-4613. Lita Pharmaceuticals, quality healthcare. This show is also supported by VitC-Fort. To boost your immunity, get VitC-Fort. It's vitamin C plus zinc and it's sugar-free. And this is from Samus Pharma. For bulk purchase, please contact Samus Pharma on 050-164-6494. We are taking a quick breather. The show continues. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
Kwame, go office, you're coming from.
Me and the hospital class, and Dr. Choma, Chia,
I got to walk over to New and then there was no teachers over Black. Dragnet hall. Dragnet, your online pharmacy. A group here on your beyond, and once I call up, for what I put me to all, they are dealing on old fee. And then no problem. Like the sales pharmacists are only between what you call a group here on beyond. Import said you can't have one here. I'm running over past from the castle. Come on, call up. Get you one of here. Our prescription around. And running your order. My order. In the next 5 minutes, I'm telling you.
That's it.
Yes, you heard right. With Dragnet, life is now made simple. You too can download the Dragnet app on the Play Store or the App Store and experience a world of convenience. Dragnet, your #1 online pharmacy. Welcome back. You are watching Ask Your Pharmacist, and today we are coming to you from the head office of the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, PSGH, and our topic for discussion is the mandate of the PSGH, or who is a pharmacist. And our guest pharmacist for today is no other person than Samuel Kow Donkor. He is the president of the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, PSGH, and the CEO and chairman of Cedar Point Chemists Limited. He is also the immediate past president of the Pharmaceutical Importers and Wholesalers Association, PEWA. He was the regional manager of Roche Pharma, which is a Swiss-based pharmaceutical company, for 10 years. He's also a member of the governing board of the Pharmacy Council of Ghana, as well as the Ghana College of Pharmacists. How are you doing today?
Good, I'm doing good. Thank you.
Such a huge profile. I mean, I'm very excited to see you today. And super excited for the fact that we're discussing more about the PSGH and who a pharmacist is. But before we talk about who a pharmacist is, what is the PSGH and when was it established?
Thank you for the opportunity to be here. I guess Ask Your Pharmacist. It's been a very good program. I've been
Right.
watching it for so long a time. And I would say that you're doing a good job for the profession.
Thank you.
You're taking pharmacy to the doorsteps of many Ghanaians. And this, on behalf of the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, would want to say, are you cool or kudos to the producers and organizers of this great program.
Thank you.
It is a privilege for me to be here today. And you rightly asked, what is the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana? Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, in simple terms, will be the association that represents pharmacists in Ghana. So one could even say is the Pharmacist Society of Ghana or Association of Pharmacists in Ghana. So it's the umbrella organization where all pharmacists in Ghana belongs to. To practice the profession of pharmacy, you need to belong to a recognized professional body.
Okay.
So for all of us as pharmacists in Ghana, for us to be able to practice our profession, there is the need for us to belong to this association,
Okay.
which is the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana. It dates back so many years ago, precisely 1935, as the Pharmaceutical Society of
Wow.
Gold Coast.
That's a long time.
Yes. And the name Pharmaceutical Society of Gold Coast obviously came from the Pharmaceutical Society of Great Britain, our colonial masters. Then after independence, it changed from Pharmaceutical Society of Gold Coast to Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana.
Right.
So that's the history of where we came from and how we have Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana today.
Wow, sounds like a long time coming. 1935.
Yes.
That's been a long year. But what is the mandate of the PSGH? But before that, you did mention that you have to be a pharmacist to also be part of the PSGH. Is that all the time, or there are some instances where that could be like, okay, we can honor you to be part of the PSGH, or it has to be particularly you have to be a pharmacist to join?
Oh, okay, thank you. Yes, a very good question, let me say. There are people we've honored to be pharmacists at our annual general meeting
Okay.
because of their contributions. I know, for example, His Royal Highness Otumfuo has been honored to be a
wow.
member of the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana. If my memory serves me right, our current sitting president, His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, has also been honored to be a member of the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana. And other prominent businessmen like Mr. Gopal of M&J Pharmaceuticals have all been honored to become members of the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana. That is being, that's an only one that we can give you, but that will not give you a license to practice as a pharmacist.
Right.
We also have what we call more or less like an associate member of the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana. Students pharmacists could be
Okay.
called associate pharmacists
Okay.
because they are learning to be pharmacists.
Right.
Those are the few technical ones that we talk about. But when we talk about pharmacists, you should have a valid license to practice the professional pharmacy. You should have gone through the requisite training program, what we call the pharmaceutical sciences, at a recognized and accredited university. Having gone through, currently you have to do about 5 years of that pharmaceutical sciences. Then you do more like what we call 1 year internship to add up to it, where it's a practical attachment, making it 6 years. Then you come out as a pharmacist. Then you write a professional exam. That's another thing about it. After passing all the exams in the various universities, you now have to write a professional qualifying examination to become a pharmacist.
Okay.
Then you earn the degree, what we call PharmD, and you practice also as a pharmacist. Okay. During that time, we do 4 years and you earn a Bachelor of Pharmacy degree. Then you do 1 year internship, making it 5 years. You write a professional exams, then you become a pharmacist.
Seems like a lot goes in to become a pharmacist. But let's talk about the mandate of the PSGH.
PSGH, being the apex body of the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, has a lot to do.
Okay.
First of all, our motto stands out, Amicus Humani Generis. We are friends of the human race. So our mandate first is towards the citizens, towards our clients, towards the patient. We want to ensure that we give them the best of pharmaceutical service. We would want to ensure that patients get the best when they interact with their pharmacist. We want to ensure that patients get the best of medicines at the right time, at the right price, and with the right conditions, in the right conditions, in order to help them with whatever conditions that they are managing or whatever disease they are trying to prevent. So that basically is the first mandate is towards our patients. The second mandate is towards our members. We also have to ensure that after we've taken care of the patient, we create an enabling environment for our members to be able to work.
True.
You know, pharmacy is a profession that keeps changing. So we have a mandate to ensure that the pharmacist is continuously learning. And that means that we need to ensure that there's continuous professional development programs. There is CPD programs for them that they will attend. They would have to enhance, improve upon their knowledge. They need to be abreast of what is new. We also have a third mandate, which is towards the welfare of our members. We need to ensure that membership welfare is also taken very good care of. The fourth mandate, which is a very difficult one for it most of the time, is advocacy.
Oh, yeah.
Trying to work with key stakeholders to ensure that we collaborate with them, get the laws functioning, making sure that the right things are done, even getting the right law passed to ensure that pharmacy practice happens in an optimized way is a responsibility and mandate of the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana. So we do a lot of engagement with stakeholders, all in an attempt to create the enabling environment and the right environment for the pharmacist to be able to perform his or her duties.
Wow. That sounds like a lot for the PSGH to juggle, but you guys are doing so well.
But the
with
interesting
that.
thing, we don't even also let it rest that way. We have a council that regulates the profession.
Okay.
And the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana is always represented on the council. We always have pharmacists there. We also have to ensure that the council itself is able to regulate the profession in a manner that is good for the citizens of this country and also for the profession as a whole. So we indirectly would say that we also keep an eye on the regulator to ensure that the right things are done.
Okay.
And now we also have the Ghana College of Pharmacists, which is also an institution that is training specialist pharmacists.
Okay.
So when pharmacists pass out, because it's a profession that you keep learning, some would want to specialize. Some want to specialize to become production or industrial pharmacists. Some want to specialize to become clinical pharmacists. Others are specialized to even become oncology pharmacists, subspecialties. Some are specializing to become various subspecialties exist in the Ghana College of Pharmacists. And I want to assure that that was also a product from the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana. Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana worked hard to get the Ghana College of Pharmacists in place.
I like to call you people the drug lords. You're the connoisseur of drugs, because anything drugs, I understand, and I know that a pharmacist will be the best person to answer all my questions. But before that, let's take a look at what the general public had to say about who a pharmacist is.
The little knowledge I know about pharmacists is a pharmacist you'll be a ton in drew. And omunim in drum any in Jumabia, Drubia, a year when you namu. And most of the times, you know, they work hand in hand with the doctors.
A pharmacist is someone who deals with medical, like someone who deals with medicines. Like if you have any problems that is disturbing you and you want to get any medical attention, you can speak to your pharmacy that may be about drugs, any kind of drugs or medicine to assist you in any problem or anything that is affecting you. That's what I know about a pharmacist. That's it.
Pharmacy, yeah. Obia auto medicine or pharmacy shop.
Yeah, okay. Pharmacist, yeah. Obia or science student. Obet me I mix a draw and now obema be a draw. Or even if doctor describe a draw, be to me a man direct from the doctor. And any pharmacist I meet yes.
Okay. Pharmacist, obia or main draw pharmacy. Or got a draw of pharmacy. Or money be a journey the amount. And see, means my jam of a pharmacist.
Okay, so far, just like, I mean, we did a lesson. There's a whole lot of view on who a pharmacist is. So what's your take on what the public are saying?
It's interesting, but the truth is that I'm quite impressed. The public knows that the pharmacist is related to medicines. Almost all of them, when you interview them, pharmacists, they mention medicine or tone maybe a tone knowing that someone who works in a pharmacy is a pharmacist and all that.
Field and your experience, who then is a pharmacist?
Who then is a pharmacist?
Yes.
For me, if you ask me a pharmacist, when I was being trained as a pharmacist, I was taught as a pharmacist, an expert on medicines. That's what I learned. We also used to call ourselves the custodian of medicines. But pharmacy has evolved a lot. Okay. Today, when you ask me who is a pharmacist, I would say he's not just the custodian of medicines, but he's someone with an expert knowledge in medicines and how it is used for the benefit of humanity or for the patient.
How then do we identify who a pharmacist is when we go to our local community?
Let's get the facts straight. When you walk into a pharmacy and you find 5 or 6 people working in the pharmacy, the likelihood that you get a pharmacist will be only one person who's a pharmacist.
Okay.
Out of all the 5 or 6, only one of them stands out as a pharmacist.
Okay.
The rest may be pharmacy support staff.
Okay.
We have the pharmacy technicians, we have the medicine counter assistants, we could even have cashiers and all that working. But there's only one pharmacist who is the leader of the pharmaceutical care team.
Okay.
And that pharmacist is usually identified with a lab coat like this.
Oh, okay.
The Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana has its lab coat, and you find our symbol here, Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana, and a pharmacist.
Right.
And the name of the pharmacist and the registration number is also out, will be here. Okay. And this is what we encourage all pharmacists to have. So you can actually see a pharmacist and mention the pharmacist's name and talk to your pharmacist, because when you find a pharmacist wearing the overcoat or the white coat. Wow. So don't assume everyone in a white coat in a pharmacy is a pharmacist. That's what I want to tell you, that ask for your pharmacist.
Right.
And that's just ask your pharmacist.
Ask your pharmacist.
The first thing you do when you walk into a pharmacy is, can I see the pharmacist? Ask for your pharmacist.
Okay, so what are the various branches within the profession that members venture into?
The various branches. Okay, I will call it the areas of practice. Okay. I think the first opportunity I'll take myself, because I worked as a medical representative. So coming out as a pharmacist, you can work as a medical representative for pharmaceutical companies, where you'll be involved in marketing of pharmaceuticals by sending medical information out. That's a great opportunity, especially for those who are a bit outgoing, who are an extrovert, who would want a challenge. It comes with the pressure of the job is really there, but that's a good area. Then there's another area, those who are really, really good and who likes academia. It's a very good area, another area of pharmacy practice, which we actually have an association for them, those who teach academia. So you could also pursue masters and PhD in the various fields of pharmacy, the various pharmaceutical sciences. So you build your expertise in that area and you go back to the universities to teach. And you can also play the role of being a consultant to assist in various areas. So that's an area that we can have pharmacists go into, academia and social pharmacy. Then we have hospital pharmacy practice. Yes. And I know those who are in hospital pharmacy, and there are so many pharmacists that wouldn't like to work anywhere else than be at the hospital, because they feel that they get the opportunity to intervene in treatments. They get the opportunity to make the right interventions to save lives, improve treatment outcomes and all that, because they are with the doctors when the decisions are being made. And then industrial pharmacy, the production. We have 39 factories today in the country. And the factories may expand. We'll get more. Absolutely. And we'll get to a point in time that the Food and Drugs Authority will insist that every line of production should have a production pharmacist. But there's another area where we are not doing very well, but we have huge opportunity, which is herbal medicines.
Oh.
Yes.
Yes,
but we are the experts when it comes to herbal medicines, because we study what we call pharmacognosy. And we study the plant, we know the phytochemistry of the plant, or the chemical constituent of the plant, we study them. We know how to extract the various components from the plant. Wow. We know how to get the standardized dosages from the plant and all that. This is an area that we study.
All right, let's talk about how best the public can utilize the profession or utilize a pharmacist.
For me, the pharmacist, most of us are trained with the taxpayers' money. The fact of it, we come out of school and we are available. The knowledge, the 6 years knowledge you've acquired on medicines, it's for the public. So when you have a problem, any problem at all with respect to medicines, with respect to your disease and the medicines you are taking, it is your pharmacist you need to be able to consult your pharmacist. When you walk into a pharmacy, ask for the pharmacist, because that knowledge is not for him. The knowledge is for you. He has to put the knowledge to work. Take your medicines to your pharmacist. There's some patients who are seeing 2-3 different medical practitioners. Maybe they're seeing an orthopedic surgeon because they have a certain orthopedic osteoarthritis being managed. The patient is also diabetic. He's seeing an endocrinologist. He's also being managed on that. Maybe has a heart problem, seeing a cardiologist somewhere. So many medicines. I had an auntie like that. Anytime I visited my hometown, my auntie would bring all the medicines, and I'll sit there and I'll do medication review, and I'll say, stop taking this. Don't take this anymore. Go back to your doctor and tell your doctor that this one cannot be taken by this one, reduce the dosages. So medication review. Take it to your pharmacist. This is my situation. I am on medicine A, B, C, D. The pharmacist will look at it And where appropriately, the pharmacist will call your medical officers and speak to them. Why maybe you don't need to be on this medicine and this medicine because there may be drug-drug interaction.
How then does the PSGH ensure that members are complying with the best industry practices?
Yeah, that's a good question. How well do PSGH? I tell you one thing that we do is continuous professional education, or CPDs, to ensure that pharmacists are always have their knowledge being enhanced or upgraded. And there's a certain credit point that you need to even score for the Pharmacy Council to give you a real licensure. And we facilitate them to make sure that they have adequate knowledge in the various disease areas.
You cannot renew your license.
The second thing that we also do is that we do self-regulation. As we speak now, we've set up a committee which is called a regulation committee, where you can actually report a pharmacist. Another pharmacist can even report a pharmacist that there's this particular pharmacist is not working professionally. I work to this pharmacy and there may be things happening there that does not conform. You can actually report, and the PSGH will invite that person to appear before the committee. So we've put in the needed measures. We have our own in-house disciplinary committee as well that ensures that those who do not conform to the code of ethics are brought before the disciplinary committee and dealt with appropriately.
Right. Are there any key stakeholders that the PSGH work closely with to ensure best practices within the profession?
Yeah, thank you on that. Our major stakeholder is the Pharmacy Council, the regulator.
Okay.
So we work with the regulator. We also work with the Food and Drugs Authority. We work with Ghana Health Service, because if we don't work or collaborate with Ghana Health Service, you wouldn't even get the number of pharmacists being employed to be able to work in the various hospitals. Ministry of Health is also another key stakeholder that we also work with. Then let's all not forget that the Parliamentary Committee on Health is also a key stakeholder that the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana would always have to engage, especially if you want maybe 1 or 2 laws to be changed. If you want an LI to be passed in a way that would ensure that the best for the profession, we also have to engage them. So these are all many, and we Ghana Standards Authority.
So I definitely would want to believe that there are some advocacies and initiatives that are already taking place. If you would want to walk us through some of the initiatives you guys are already taking on.
Advocacies, yes. I think advocacy. We cannot survive without advocacy. So first of all, if you ask me what advocacies are we pursuing? I may not be able to tell you a lot of advocacies we are pursuing because some of them are internal. That's why it's for internal consumption. But those that we can talk about, for example, is that let's look at the area of COVID-19, for example. We are pursuing an advocacy that will ensure that the pharmacists in the pharmacy will be able to carry out antigen testing. Because it got to a point in time that when you want to do COVID testing, you may have to go to a few labs. Meanwhile, this is something that we could easily do. So that's something we are working on. We're also on advocacy to ensure that when it comes to vaccination, like the COVID-19 vaccination, pharmacists could be involved, and pharmacists could be used to also give vaccines to patients, because we are in the communities and we are everywhere. That's an advocacy we are embarking on. We're also pursuing other advocacies, maybe to also strengthen regulation in the area of the Pharmacy Council, because we realize that we have a lot of problems and we need to really strengthen and improve regulation. So that is another area where we are pursuing a lot of advocacy. Right. And maybe then will come the time that Ghanaians would appreciate the value of the pharmacists, and it will be time for them also to reward pharmacists with professional fees. Right. They wouldn't just walk into pharmacies and just pick medicines and pay for the medicines. But when you see the value that pharmacists are bringing to bear, or the value that pharmacists are adding to healthcare delivery or to your life, you would have to start thinking of maybe offering them some professional fees for their services.
All right, so this has been very educating. I mean, there is so many stuff that I didn't know, and I know our viewers would definitely cherish. Fab, what are your final words to our viewers?
My final words will be what you have inscribed on your T-shirt. Ask your pharmacist.
Ask your pharmacist.
So consumers out there, when you see a pharmacy and you walk into the pharmacy, ask for your pharmacist. A pharmacy without a pharmacist is not a pharmacy.
Wow.
It's the presence of the pharmacist that makes it a pharmacy.
True.
So ask for your pharmacist when you walk into a pharmacy.
All right, thank you so much. It's been amazing having you, and we look forward to see what the AGM this year would entail, and we look forward to see a lot of stuff happening through the PSGH to the community. Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you too.
Dose for Healthy Living is up next. We'll be right back. Today on Dose for Healthy Living, ask your pharmacist. Don't hesitate to ask your pharmacist questions if you have concerns about your medications. Remember, your pharmacist is your friend and an important resource for all medication-related questions and concerns. Unfortunately, this is where we bring today's show to an end. I almost say yes, so we'll turn with Yari and we know we're doing. So it told be a Yari and find Komo Bebri. Don't ask Google, don't ask people. You can always walk to the nearest pharmacy near you and you can always ask your pharmacist. Remember that this show, Ask Your Pharmacist, was brought to you by Dragnet, your #1 online pharmacy. Mr. Baby, you do your prescription and chinchi, who pay dry and chinchi and crochet. Now, when you have download the Dragnet app on Google Play Store or the App Store, so pharmacist number for no bedding kit, nothing, your hobia, no bid deliver my baby, I will be and drone to no boy for delivery, so for Dragnet is your #1 online pharmacy. This was also brought to you by the Pharmaceutical Society of Ghana. Amicus Humani Generis Pharmacists are indeed friends of the human race. This was also brought to you by the Lady Pharmacists Association of Ghana, LEPAC, and the Young Pharmacist Group. This show was proudly sponsored by Lita Pharmaceuticals. Litamin, a multivitamin and mineral supplement. They show with 30 and the alpha. Now I put you by the one, David Memoir, you do my church as I want to brempo. So for total strength and vitality, it also promotes mental performance and boosts the immune system. It is not person what you would be an out to make sure they're kind order for and how pharmacy catch a pharmacist is open Litamin. Follow zinc has folic acid, iron, and zinc. And I told you these three are power combo and they help reduce the risk of iron deficiency, support immunity, and promote health and wellness. Litamot is a single-dose dewormer for treating intestinal worm infections and help control infections and increase nutritional uptake. It is throughout this year, Mpowun deworming yame part shop. Emma okasa nye bebre ko pharmacy say catch a pharmacist say who pese would do me na catch is open Litamot. All of these are available nationwide and for bulk purchase please contact Lita Pharmaceuticals on 030-222-4613. Lita Pharmaceuticals, quality healthcare. This show was also supported by Vid Seafoods. I almost have COVID now brassing so and call your man Casa Fe, you really want to boost the immune system. Who boost the immune system? It's me, boy, when you may be brave. So, intimate strong, so person boost the immune system now. Cogit Vid Seafoods. It's vitamin C plus zinc and they are sugar free. Into Arabia will be able to me for it me wow. For bulk purchases, contact Samus Pharma on 050-164-6494. Like I always say, whatever that goes in you is merely irreversible. More to the reason you always have to ask your pharmacist. My name is Peggy Samuel and you can find me on Instagram at FieryPeg. And if you missed any of our episodes, go on YouTube at My Pharmacist. Like, share, comment, and make sure you subscribe. I'll be coming your way same time next week. Until then, stop self-medication, be safe, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.